So we're here at the bookstore to have a good time, right?
The children are going to be on the floor and the adults sit around. Okay. In that chair.
Welcome everyone to Sangster's Bookstores in the mall.
Welcome to our Kids in a Bookstore event, introducing children to reading.
Everything in this space is laid out to actually encourage children to come in, to take up the books and to read them.
I'm Venice Hibbert, Holy Family Primary.
St. Michael's Primary, and I teach grade 6.
Grade 1 teacher at Iris Keller Primary.
The kids we have here are from inner city schools we have worked with in various programs, initiatives.
They've never browsed and looked at a book and gone through the process of reading to engage themselves in that way.
We really wanted children to see the experience of the wide range of books on every single subject you can think of in the world.
Many of them are going through so much stuff, they're sad, and maybe introducing them to reading outside of just the Dr. Bird series that are provided by the government, it can unlock doors for them, bring down walls, let them express themselves in writing in so many ways.
One of the things I remember doing as a child when I didn't have any adult supervision, I developed a love for reading, and I would read and I would just lose myself in books. We didn't have any computers. The intent is that we would share with them as adults what we did or how we occupied our time when we were alone or when parents were not around.
What the boys get to do, I wasn't allowed to do, so I stayed in. And I was lonely at times, so I take books for it.
Less attention was paid to me, so I found the Archie comics. So I started reading a lot, and of course that's when I started writing because I love to write. I think it opened a lot of doors for the children, not knowing that we went through stuff as children as they're going through, not wanting to read or maybe wanting to read.
And for them now to know that books are important and what you can gain from reading. Because this is our weaknesses in most of the schools, the reading.
What kind of books do you read?
Lion and the Mouse. The Catwoman and the Spinning Wheel.
Favorite story is The Three Bullies, and that story is about when the little boys would play marbles with the big boys, and when the little boy won, they beat him. The big boys would beat him up and take away the marbles.
And at the end of the session, all the kids had an opportunity to choose a book of their choice.
Not many of these kids get to go out and say, hey mom, I want a book like this or that. So that was a brilliant idea that Scotia came up with.
Interestingly, we had a parent who bought her first book to date, and that was just a precious moment.
My daughter, Moisha, did get the opportunity of choosing a book, so I also get one. So I chose, the name of my book is Godless Girl, Cassandra the Lucky. I will start reading this book as soon as I reach home.
It was my first time in a bookshop. My experience was fun.
I do hope, they have learned something from, this experience of, exposing them to the bookstore.
I learned that books can help you to write some essay good or a story good.
This is the second year that we've continued this effort to promote and increase awareness of learning and books for children, and of course being Child's Month, that's part of our special focus this particular year, where safety and security and protection of the children is part of the theme for the National Child Month Committee. We have always partnered with the Office of the Children's Advocate, and one of the competitions that they hold each year is a national poster competition. The posters from the 2014 competition spoke about speaking up and speaking out about abuse or neglect of children wherever we see it happening in our society.
If reading is developed in the way that it should from age 0 to 6, then voila. So it is important for us as a society to come together, find ways that we can minimize the illiteracy problem that we are facing now.
The Teller was brought to you by Scotiabank.